Let's talk a little bit about the energy tax, because I know that was another controversial issue during the budget. So what are your thoughts about that?
Well, the energy tax goes back several years ago. I think it was 2010. And when it was passed, the county council, county executive at that time said that it was going to sunset. It was going to be there for 2 years. And it was before, obviously, I was on the county council. I was certainly involved in the county. But so they had made a promise that it was going to sunset, it was going to end. Well, then 2 years passed, and they realized that times had not gotten much better. So they decided that they were going to take off the sunset, that they weren't going to stop it. But the county at that time lowered it somewhat, not to the degree that it would have been over with, but somewhat. They did that for, I guess, 2 years. And then this year, I felt that it was certainly the right thing to do is to lower it again. And it wasn't just me. It was Nancy Florine, Councilmember Nancy Florine was the person that was involved in it, as was Councilmember Roger Berliner and the County Council President George Leventhal and me all voted to lower it.
Esto se trata de los impuestos de energía y digamos en el 2010 pues fue cuando se impuso este impuesto. This tax applies to the business.
It applies to businesses and to residents.
And the residents. Okay, yeah. Just 1 second. Mm-hmm. Entonces, este impuesto que aplica a todo el mundo, tanto personas, familias, residentes y a los negocios, pues se dijo, bueno, lo vamos a tener por un par de años, pero después de la situación, mientras que se balancea toda la situación económica, resulta que se ha minimizado, pero no se ha erradicado totalmente este impuesto. Entonces, ha habido una discusión donde la vicepresidenta del Concejo, la concejal Nancy Florine, el concejal Roger Berliner y también aquí el concejal sindical se estaban preguntando, bueno, ¿hay alguna manera de que se pueda reducir este impuesto? Porque se prometió que se iba a quitar. Entonces, vamos a seguir escuchando el resto.
Well, and I respect the other 5 that decided not to vote for this. I mean, I understand why they thought that it was not as good an idea. But there again, I think that when most of the energy tax does affect businesses, but it affects residents, and of course that means that it affects senior citizens. It affects nonprofit organizations who need to spend their money on taxes rather than on to work directly with the people that they're trying to help. Mm-hmm. It involves so many other, and involves small businesses. I mean, a couple $100 a month to a small business can put them out of business. And if you're put out of business, that means somebody doesn't have a job.
5 de los concejales decidieron que es importante mantener este impuesto de energía. Y entonces la preocupación es, bueno, este impuesto afecta a todos, afecta también a los ciudadanos, a los adultos mayores, a los pequeños negocios.
This year it passed, and that's part of the budget process. You know, it's a give and take. And hopefully for next year, I would hope, and I've asked that, and others have asked as well, not just me, that we start the discussion about taxes way before we talk about the budget, so that we can figure out how we can afford to do what we need to do. And when you're talking about taxes, you're telling somebody they have to send you their money. So we want to make certain that the money that is being sent, that we're spending it in an efficient and an effective manner, and in a way that we can be a real bargain for the public.
Definitivamente la discusión de los impuestos, el concejal sindical considera que debe empezarse antes del presupuesto para que no lleguemos a este momento ya final, pues viendo los números y decidiendo pues en último momento qué es lo que se va a hacer.